He's got to try and get himself into the mix here. This is the first lap of qualifying, but he'll want to be right there at the top of the leaderboard. This is going to be pressure on for Wiecek.
It certainly is, Dave, as he slots through the gears. You can see the way he stares down, he flicks that car in. The man with the target on his back this year as he washes way wide, he catches a whole bunch of understeer, but he keeps it together now. It's Wiecek on the handbrake, slowing that car down into outside zone 4. Can he do a better job than Shanahan did as he's shallow on the circuit, flicks it across up onto the wall? Goes Wiecek, absolutely pinpoint perfect on the outside line to the wall. And to the line goes Wiecek.
He'd be on the start line right now. It's your two-time reigning champion, Piotr Wiecek, and boy, would he like to upset the Irish celebrations here as the Polish driver comes into that first corner ready to put a big run in.
Oh, and he's going to go for a big run, David. If there's anyone that is going to knock over a pint of Guinness today in the hand of an Irishman, it's going to be this man, Piotr Wiecek. Absolutely dialed. He's going for it. Little handbrake drag as he enters into outside zone 4, but he's dialed. Look at the line. Flicks it onto angle as he looks for outside zone 5. He's so calm and collected, he looks like he's going for a drive up the road. Onto the wall he goes, into outside zone 6. He's as wide as anyone as he looks for that final outside zone across the line. The two-time champion says...
2022 and 2021 champion Piotr Wiecek leaves the line for the first time in battle action in 2023. Here we go.
Yeah, through the gears, and look at the separation already. Wiecek has turned that car up to 11 as he absolutely disappears from the Dutch driver Clint Van Aert. Clint Van Aert tried everything he can and he parks the car into the gravel as Clint Van Aert just cannot keep up with the pace, can't deal with the grip and the drive that Piotr Wiecek has dialed into that F15.
No, there's no answer for that. Now, I'm not sure what happened on the start line. We were obviously on the onboard of Piotr Wiecek's car watching things go. One battle where he goes, let's see how I stack up against the rest of the grid. Clint Van Aert now cannot afford any more mistakes.
No, he can't. He's slotting through the gear zone. Wiecek is laser focused, you can say. Leaving the room to manoeuvre. Wiecek now starting to rein in. Clint Van Aert, a little bit of understeer, wobbles the car into outside zone 3. Looks for the transition back, no mistakes this time. Oh, and again, some wobbles and wavers as Clint Van Aert parks that car in the gravel. Piotr Wiecek goes for the overtake. As he says, that is not how you do outside zone 4, buddy. Looks for the final zone across the line, and Clint Van Aert once again a passenger.
Going through the biggest of adversities right now.
He certainly does, and his fellow Polishman's not going to let him get away with it easily. Look at this from Piotr. Well, looks for the door, looks for the side, but the grip and the pace from Wiecek makes him go too wide. He drops a wheel over the end of the circuit. Piotr deals with it, now drops down the inside. Piotr shallows up the angle, looks for the transition. Now, will he hunt down Wiecek? He certainly goes for it. As they jump into outside zone 6, Piotr keeps his distance, dials on the angle across the line. Felt that car jump back over the dirt onto the circuit, so he knows he cannot let anything go on this one. They're down through the gears as Piotr fires in. Look at Wiecek, timed, absolutely perfect. Oh, and he tags the back bumper and it makes Piotr understeer. Some wobbles from Wiecek in the chase now as they both get back into it, into outside zone 4. Piotr dials on the angle as Wiecek looks for the back bumper. He goes up onto the wall. Oh, and a big tag from Piotr. But it's a carbon fibre to concrete. Looks for the final zone and job done.
Oh, that's a big one. Man, I love this sport.
Wow.
That is, and now it goes head-to-head for 40 seconds through the chicane. Here we go.
Through the gears, down the hill they come. Big opposite flick from Shanahan. He's gone for it super early. He wants to drive away from Wiecek, and he's certainly done it right now as they transition into outside zone 4. But here comes Piotr Wiecek, the champ, onto the door already. Reeled him back in again as they transition for the wall. Wiecek means business. Oh, wow, are you serious? Wiecek is a man possessed right now.
This is what it's all about. You can go anywhere in the world. Gotta have the answer. They go into gear, and here we go. One of the biggest battles ever played out in Mondello Park.
Yeah, Jack Shanahan jumps the start line. He knows he needs to keep with him, but he does keep with him. He throws it in almost backwards. Shanahan catches understeer. Shanahan has to back out. Now Wiecek starts to pull away. As Wiecek gets into outside zone 4, you can see Shanahan shortcutting the circuit, but he's miles away. He needs to make a dive, and he does. He completely ruins the line. Wiecek takes the back end off the car on the wall, and he could have done it in this run by destroying the car.
And that's what it came down to, that first corner. Shanahan.
He's going to be well riding. It's a spot, for the final spot in the final. Who's going to take it off the line? The higher qualifier. Conor Shanahan leads in Piotr Wiecek, and they go bumper to bumper already. Oh, wow! And a big understeer moment, but Wiecek holds onto it. Shanahan on a blinder of a lead at the moment. Wiecek slows that car down, balances it on the rear quarter of the door of Shanahan's GT86. They transition back, they look for the wall as Wiecek goes for it, looks for the dive. Shanahan absolutely pinpoint perfect, but Wiecek is all over him.
That is it. It was red. The light Shannon's off and he's running. Shannon's going for it here.
Yeah, Shannon knew he had to go for it. He had to go for it. He had to find the pace. A big initiation from Wiecek, and he starts to pull already. And can he hold on to it? He can. But Shanahan gets understeer. He manages to balance it. Now he finds the door of Wiecek's S15 as he shallows up once again. He looks for the transition. He's all over the back end of the S15 as he jumps onto the front wheel. Shanahan hungry for it, but he just can't find an answer for Wiecek.
Wow.
Here we go. The light goes green. They go through the chicane and down through the gears. Heinonen jumps the start. He knows he can't let Wiecek get away, and he doesn't. He doesn't let Wiecek get away. He's close on an injection. Wiecek holds onto it, fires through into outside zone 4. Laurie Heinonen shallows up the angle, then looks for the side of the S15, dials him back in now as they transition for the wall run. Absolutely insane from Wiecek, but Heinonen is still there. He's not letting the champion get away.
40 seconds to settle this one. Last runs of the day. Wiecek and Heinonen. Here we go.
Look at Wiecek. He's not letting Heinonen get away with this one, but he does let a little bit of separation open up. Can he reel him in? Is that the game? Oh! Heinonen throws it off the circuit. He tries to go faster than he's been all weekend, and it doesn't pay off. And once again, another driver falls foul to trying to overdrive their car as Wiecek puts down a showmanship once again here at round 1, and Wiecek proves why he is #1.
We've said it before, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, holding your nerve in those difficult situations. And Laurie Heinonen gets to his first final. On your current and reigning champion, Piotr Wiecek, in the first half of qualifying, because Laurie Heinonen said, you remember you said I was a problem? Now I am a problem. 91 on the board. What's Wiecek got now? He's strong here, he's quick here, but he's got to do it all here right now to stay in the mix.
He certainly has. He's right to the white line. He's on the throttle nice and early. Sings the rev limiter all the way through that first corner as he washes the car right wide to outside zone 3. Now down the hill he comes. Look at that, right to the edge of the circuit. He says that nothing is a problem for him as he transitions snappy. Wheel over, but it doesn't matter for Wiecek as he's already way up there in the points. He holds on to it. Can he keep this one clean in the outside zone? A wheel over, but he manages to pull it back. Across the line goes Wiecek.
We're seeing some incredible drive. He knows he's going into a very strong position tomorrow, but what he really wants to do is scare off Laurie Heinonen here by putting in a monstrous run. Something that fear distills into every driver on the grid, and he's got to go for it here. He has nothing to lose. Big speed from Wiecek on the first corner as he hits that harder than anyone so far and faster than anyone so far. Absolutely lighting the back tyres off this S15 as he transitions through, but a little early, and he's made a little error there as he comes through. It's bleeding some points there as Wiecek transitions a little too early, and as he goes to the outside zone, I think he's going to have to settle, but that 90 from the first run has the better of his 2 runs, but it's still a high score. But are we going to see Laurie Heinonen now? This is a very, very stressful battle for both of these guys, and we get to see it play out right now.
We certainly do. Through the chicane, through the gears comes Wiecek, chased down by Alex Halivnia right now as they fire in. Halivnia already starting to lose ground as they come firing through that first inside zone. Halivnia, though, starts to rein it back, opens up the throttle, goes for the transition, both down the hill. This is very nice from both guys at the moment. A little bit of separation. Halivnia would like to be a little closer now, but he's shortcutting the circuit. He wants to make a big dive on that final corner, and he goes for it as he goes for wheel-to-wheel action against the champion across the line.
Yeah, and again, it's good.
And that is what he is an absolute master of. We get the green light. They're through the gears. Halivnia absolutely lights the tyres up already on the F22 BMW. Hops a wheel off the tarmac as he flicks it across the circuit through the initiation. Wiecek's right with him. He knows he can't get lost in the smoke. He needs to keep on the door, and he does. He tucks that S15 right onto the back bumper, onto the door. Down the hill they come. But the lead line from Halivnia at the moment is absolutely incredible. Goes for the transition, but Wiecek's there. The door is open, and Halivnia is giving him the opportunity to chase perfectly as he fires into the final outside zone. Wiecek on the inside, but he makes it work as he pushes on the rear wheel and turns him around.
Now, that's the question. That's the question. An early exit, but a mistake in the top 32, an uncharacteristic one, but he's been one of the most consistent in practice here. Wiecek will have watched that 97 from Conor Shannon now, said, what has he got? Little settle of the car there. He goes very wide and into the wall. Nice from Wiecek as he pushes right to the edge of the circuit, transitions back. Wiecek so fast through there. He is way faster than anybody else. On throttle, full throttle, he's out to the edge of the track. Doesn't make the same mistake as others, and this is a textbook classic champion qualifying run from Piotr Wiecek.
That is phenomenal.
Do it in the wet is Piotr Wiecek. I mean, he is our two-time
reigning 97 plus.
Yeah, but come on, he's the 2-time reigning champion. He's got the talent. hands. He's got the car.
He's going wide. He's
Very
going
wide.
He's going very fast. He's in it. He handbraked though after, but he's in that zone earlier than anyone else, and he's pinging the back end off the wall. Now he dials on the angle. Oh, it looked like he was almost going to over-rotate. Big angle from Wiecek on inside zone 3 now. Looks for the wall. He tags the back end of the S15 off of outside zone 4. He's on a nice line down into 5. Wide as well, as wide as the Shanahans were. He gets it into 6. Now, can he tag the wall? Can he put the seal of approval on it? I don't know if he got there, and he's across the line.
He's been on rails in qualifying, rails in practice. Let's see what happens.
Now look at this, he's going to go for a big, fast, wide initiation. He's up onto the wall, he takes the back end out. It upsets the line though. But look at this from Oliver Randall, who's not even in outside zone 2 now, and he sees a wounded Wiecek as he now takes that dive and looks for the door of that S15, and a big, brave transition from Oliver Randall, who he shallows up the angle, goes for another one as Wiecek looks for that final outside door line.
Taking a big old run up at this one. Clever move from Wiecek. He can get on the accelerator quicker, and that is legal. As Randalou goes for the big flick, Wiecek will know he's made a mistake. He's got to eat the door off Randalou here as they come to the first corner. Randalou now tags into the wall. Same mistake as Wiecek. Back in the balance here as Wiecek smashes into Randalou, has to back off on the transition. Wiecek's driving angry now. He knows he's made an error. Randalou's back bumper flies into the hedge as we transition back. Wiecek up onto the door. Randalou up onto the wall. What a battle in the top 32. Count in this battle. Wiecek, the current champ, trying to climb back to the top of the ladder. He'll need to get the job done here fast.
Well, he'll want a top 8 finish at least right now, but look at the pace of Wiecek as he gets into outside zone 2, on the wall, no worries this time, no wobbles, but Correa is absolutely flying. He wants it, but now he gets lost through the centre circuit. He's going to have to make a dive, and he does. Sacrifices outside zone 5. Through the smoke goes Correa as he looks for the door, but he just can't get that much proximity.
So now he's up against Correa, who's a bit of an unknown entity in the lead position here. So Wiecek's going to have to use all his experience here.
Well, there we go. Look at this from Correa. Almost throws it backwards. Looks rock steady though as he gets into outside zone 2. Up onto the wall he goes. And look at Wiecek, absolutely glued to the door. They come through inside zone 3, up into the wall. And Correa is rock steady, but there's no shaking the Polish 2-time champion now as they fire into outside zone 6 onto the door. Oh, Wiecek shuts it down.
What has happened? You can see the hands on the head. He is not having the perfect season. You can see the nitrous in the back of the car is ready to go, and Peter has to attack the track here. Our current champion needs to fight from the back right from the off.
Yeah, well, he needs exactly what he got here last year, which is a 99-point qualifying run. Can he match that? Can he improve on it when he's coming in hot here? If any man can do it, it's Peter Wiecek. 46 points behind championship leader Conor Shanahan, and right now he's lighting up this circuit in Bikarnecki. And look at this from Peter, deep into that final zone, and a near perfect run once again for the Polish driver. And what about that pressure on? Pressure is for tyres.
Wow, there's not much more out there, Eddie. I think aim for the 100. Peter Wiecek chasing down the pack, and he is definitely the shark in the water in this championship as he sits outside the top 5, but he's got to win everything to get the 3rd championship in a row, and this has to be the biggest run of his life here in Riga as he goes to the edge of the circuit. He's faster than anyone else through there. And this is absolutely rocket ship stuff from Peter Wiecek as he fires through the course. A full throttle, full angle, full commitment to the wall. Wiecek's going for it here. This could be the perfect run of the Riga circuit as he takes it to the wall, buries the taillights in it, and that is exceptional. Go green, and we will send him into the first battle of our top 32 here at round 4. Wiecek can't afford to put a foot wrong.
That's right, Dave. Can't afford any slip-ups here if he wants to secure a spot in the top 16. And Nicholas Bertans right on the door, straight from the off here. The big question here for the last 90 minutes is how are these drivers going to adapt to the wet conditions? Well, right now, no problems for Peter Wiecek or for Nicholas Bertans. Doing a fantastic job matching the speed, matching the angle of Peter Wiecek. Peter up onto the curb there. As you can just see how much slower these drivers are having to drive to try and get these cars around the circuit. But Nick now giving Peter a little bit of a love tap into the wall, but Peter keeps that throttle nicely pinned, and these guys go across the line, Dave. And you know what? It wasn't those himself, and now what he's got to do is just focus on that lead line.
Well, the thing is, Burton's now got to go on that wide line, and that's the dangerous line. You got wet paint, you got rubber on the track. This is going to be very interesting to see what happens. When Wiecek knows that Burton's was close, Wiecek comes in with a big attack through the first corner. Wiecek now trying to pour as much pressure as he can onto the youngster as they transition through. What a transition from Peter Wiecek. He is all over the side of Nicholas Burton's here, knowing he's made some mistakes in the... Oh, Wiecek makes an error, stays on a bit of understeer there as he goes through in the chase positions. Burns in the lead position, looking like he is very strong here, and Wiecek has to make that last lunge now. He has to make an impact here, or his championship could be all over as he goes up onto the door. Burns goes into the wall, Wiecek goes into Burns. It's super slow, super sketchy, and I'm not sure which way the judges are going to call that. The Latvian crowd seems to... Oh, Peter Wiecek ready to go, two-time champ. Ready to send a 98-point qualifying run in Riga. Can he do it again? It's another super run down to the edge of the track, but oh, he's very late on it as he stays on it here as he goes right to the edge of the wall. Peter Wiecek's car is absolutely hooked up. You can see how fluid he is and brave on the transition. That is absolutely stunning on the transition as he comes through there. And he goes back out to the end. Oh, he's on a big angle. He almost has a moment there, but he keeps it going. Pushing. He is pushing here, Ian. I think it's like a two-time champ. 1,000 horsepower, that's what you need. 2JZ, that's what you need. His experience and flair, this is what you need.
Well, he's absolutely going for it, Dave, and he is deep on outside zone 1. It's a beautiful line into 1, and he's very close to outside zone 2. Now he's close again, and he was rewarded last time for not touching the wall. The technical line was what the judges rewarded him on. Outside zone 4 is absolutely beautiful as he gets himself into 5. He throws a big angle, and he makes it work. How did he even pull it off? Into outside zone 6, he's across the line. Wiecek is on a mad one.
Now we have a contender. Now we have a contender. I'm not sure. I thought he was going to spin at the end there, but he made it work. Behind him. Here we go.
Yeah, here we go. You can see the concentration inside the cabin of the S15 from Wiecek, and he already opens up a bit of separation. Onto the wall he goes, but look at that from Piotr. Dives onto the door, and he looks for Wiecek, but now Wiecek starts to scrabble away. He fires that car across the circuit. The pace from Peter Wiecek, the Polishman, is absolutely unbelievable. And now Piotr is absolutely doing everything he can to try and keep up with him, and he's making massive mistakes, Dave, in that chase to try and get proximity. To lead out Wiecek, and Wiecek gets a run in now this time as he starts to hammer through the gears and look down the side of Piotr BMW. Nice initiation from both guys. Piotr goes super wide, and that opens up the door, and look at Wiecek. He's right with him now as he transitions. Very shallow angle though from Wiecek as he looks for the door, but he's out of the outside zone. A very messy lead run now from Piotr as he stalls the car up on the wall. Wiecek takes the opportunity to dive on the door.
Wiecek has to press the go button now if he wants to get back in this fight, and he is off the line, flying right now.
Yeah, look at this as Wiecek's dialed in the car, dialed in the grip, and look at the dive from he absolutely nails it to the door, but now he gets left with a little bit of thinking to do as he almost takes the back end off of Wiecek's car and the front off of his on that transition. Wiecek is on an absolute flyer. This is fast from Wiecek. Reinhardt is dangerously, desperately trying to make dives at Wiecek, but I don't think he can pin it to him, and he can't. He has no answer. As Peter Wiecek slots that car into gear, Reinhardt to lead out Wiecek for a spot in the Great 8 awaits. They fire through, and look at this, Wiecek already more angle, more flare as he dials it on, and Reinhardt fires on that big angle initiation. I don't know if it's worked for him, as now Wiecek gives him some room to maneuver, looks for him in the outside zone, and you can see Reinhardt wandering and wavering in that long outside zone. He transitions, it's going to be an over-rotation, he holds onto it, and Wiecek avoids contact, but that is a huge error for Michael Reinhardt, and that is one way. His eyes in the car, he waits for that light to go green, he's through the gears. Randalou already jumps up onto the side. Randalou waits for the initiation from Wiecek, dials it on more angle than Wiecek, and now notices that BMW in to the side of that S15. They come round the outside zone. Big flick from Randalou, a brave flick from Randalou, but it's a little too late, and now he scrubs some speed. Wiecek's super fast around this track. Back bumper, front bumper gone. Contact off of the wall, and that puts Oliver Randalou into a spin. You can never count Peter Wiecek out on any day. There we go, he's off the line. Let's see if he can make it happen. Then he certainly can. He's initiated through, and he comes down into that outside zone. And like you say, David, like we just said, he's going to put a run in. He's going to want to test the car and make sure it is 110% before he moves on to that final four battle. Now looking at the rest of the grid, the Shanahans and the Finnish drivers, McKeever, they're all going to start to worry now, Dave, because Wiecek's clawing points. Every single run he does on this circuit, every single position he makes, he's getting more and more points in the bag, and that now starts to unnerve everyone, because in his game the lights go green, Dave. It's time for action.
Here we go, top four is away, and look at Piotr right there with Wiecek on the way in. Wiecek, big angle in. Nice from Wiecek. Piotr, though, pushing him around that first corner. Now the fight's on as Piotr fires the transition in. That is what we came here to see. Piotr is possessed right now. He's getting a little caught on the inside and he gets himself a little bit out of shape, but what a phenomenal chase run as Wiecek fills every outer zone. This is the final four we wanted to see. Take the radios off, throw the radios down. This is man versus man on the walls here in Ferropolis.
It certainly is, and look at this, Wiecek's going for it straight away. Door to door, already down, straight into the initiation. Wiecek tucks up on the door, already he's into the crease, but look at the line from Kevin Piotr. He's absolutely nailing that qualifying line, but look at Wiecek. This doesn't even make sense how close he is right now. They transition back once again. It's dangerous from Wiecek. They go wide onto those outside line, but look at Wiecek. He's wheel to wheel across the line.
Unbelievable. Shanahan in the chase, they are go.
Yeah, the light goes green, they come through the gears. Vincek's going to want this one more than ever. He fires down onto initiation, but look at Shanahan, he's right with him. He's closer than anyone's been on the outside zone. He's door to door, wheel to wheel with Wiecek as he flicks the car across the circuit. Wiecek tries to upset Shanahan, but it didn't pay off, and now Shanahan wants to repay the favour. He dives across, almost makes contact. He's on the wheel, he's on the door, he pushes the champion across the line.
Absolutely insane from Conor Shanahan. He found something there. He's not letting this young upstart take him down. He's going for it here from the off. Last run of the night. Wiecek fires in. That's closer than anybody's been here on the track. Wiecek's hungry. A little wobble from Wiecek as he now gets back up onto the door of Conor Shanahan as they come through. Wiecek now starts to turn the screw. Big dive up onto the door. Shanahan goes to the wall. Shanahan is almost touching every moment on this track. Wiecek backs off a little bit as he comes back into that last corner. This is what makes Drift Masters the most special place on earth to watch these be the best.
Good to go. It's Wiecek to lead out Conor Shanahan for the final step on the podium away. So Shanahan fires down onto the door, and he's closer than he was before, and he's deeper than he is before. And look at this, the bumper is already off. Wiecek's car is dispatched by Shanahan as he goes closer onto the wall than he was before. Foot brake on foot brake, they're dialing in. They're absolutely glued to each other. Right now, as Shanahan pushes Wiecek across the line.
Incredible. This is what it's all about. Ways top step tonight, and here we go.
He's off the line, he's through the gears, and look at the concentration on Wiecek's face as he initiates the same time as Shanahan. Flames erupt from the back of the car as he noses the X15 onto the door of that GT86. Shanahan goes to the wall. Wiecek's closer than he was before. He now makes a big dive in outside zone 4. He's wheel to wheel. This is closer than they've ever been as they fire through that transition. Shanahan on a flyer, but Wiecek not going anywhere. And now the separation opens up as Shanahan takes it across the line.
Unreal. Home attendance he's ever performed in front is the two-time champ and reigning champ Piotr Wiecek. Now he has got to attack this track. Big initiation from Wiecek, big angle as he goes to the wall, and that's what we expect from Piotr Wiecek as he pushes that S15 ever closer. That inner zone, very fluid, very fast, snappy transitions as he comes out to the outer zones. Piotr Wiecek running the rear spoiler all the way along the wall. Look at that, flexing the tail light, cracking the tail light. Is Piotr Wiecek. A big wide pendulum swing here, very wide indeed. Wider than anybody's been there before as Wiecek goes through 5 and puts foot to 4 and 6. A job done for Piotr Wiecek in the Watts just down the road.
He's sitting in 24th place.
24th place. Peter's got to go for it. Fast gear changes from Wiecek as he fires in very early, and this is better from Wiecek. Big angle early on. Comes to the wall a little bit later, as you can see, firing through. Oh, look at this from Wiecek. Very fast, very fluid. Out to the wall he goes as he starts to pick it up, flexing the boot lid, flexing the rear tail light. He's taking the tail light out of the car. Wiecek, shallow again on the inside of the track there for Wiecek as he does not go out to the touching of it. The rest is absolutely perfect. And again, maybe it's just a visual thing, not being able to see that. If he loses this, he's out of the championship. That's what's on the line.
Well, it is on the line. It's all on the line, and they're off the line. They're through the gears, down they come. Kevin Piotr jumps onto the back bumper. He initiates before and takes the back bumper off. And Wiecek's S15. Piotr wants this. He's hungry. They transition. Piotr is with him every inch of the circuit now as he makes a big dive onto the door. Goes Kevin Piotr as Wiecek sticks it to the wall. He can't hold on as he loses it through the centre of the circuit. But now Piotr is going to go for a big dive on outside zone 5, and Piotr Wiecek makes things look easy busy, but Purser is on the door.
This is just...
No windows on Pazur's car. The smoke goes right in the cabin. Just saying it. Here we go. Second half of the battle. Oh, what's happened? Pazur's shut down. False start? No. Not sure what happened there. Looking like Pazur may have missed a gear. Something went strange. That's going to be a massive deduction for Pazurian.
Yeah, huge deduction from Purser. They're going to get back into it, though, and Purser's going to try and do everything he can. Oh, he's tagged the wall, and he's tagged Wiecek, and now Wiecek's taken on some damage. The back end of Purser's car falling apart, and that car is wounded, Dave.
Something went wrong on the initiation. There's definitely a mechanical issue with that car.
And look at Oran Nielsen. Oh, he almost made contact on the start line. He's hungry for it, and like you say, would love to get one over on Peter Wiecek at the final round and stop him from getting a podium here at the last round of the 2023 championship. They fire through the inside zone. Wiecek absolutely flirts with the front bumper to the wall and now lights it up. But look at Nielsen. He's on and off the throttle. He's gripped that car up to the max. He knows that Wiecek's no one to be messed with, and there's a brave dive from Oran Nielsen. They get into that fifth outside zone and they're door to door. And look at Nielsen. He's pushing Wiecek across the line.
Oh, that's Nielsen versus Wiecek, and Wiecek's got to go for it. He's got to turn the dial up. No more safe runs. This is going to be a lot to take down Nielsen.
Yeah, he wants it. He's going to need it. He's going to be hungry for it. Look at this as Nielsen puts the back end of that Sora into the wall. Now comes through those two inner zones, and he's looking hungry. Dials on big angle, tries to upset Peter Wiecek, but it doesn't work. The Polish two-time champion knows all the tricks in the book as they fire through outside zone 4. Wiecek's rubbing the door on the back bumper as they both stall up on the touch and go into outside zone 5. Nielsen not as deep, but Wiecek painted all over the side of that Toyota Sora. This is history.
You know what?
Battling hard. He's been driving harder to try and get back into that, and he would love nothing more than this evening to beat Peter Wiecek for a spot. He was the higher qualifier. Zacharil fires in, Wiecek onto the door, and now we start to feel the pressure. Final battle after final battle, and Zacharil fires through. Doesn't even make sense what Wiecek just done, but look at this, both bumpers, both rear ends tucked into the wall. Oh, and some separation. He's broken the front wheel. Wiecek snaps the front wheel on the car and puts it into the wall. Zacharil drives away. Nothing makes sense. Rip the book up. It's done.
What happened? How? That's it. He broke the front wheel. No steering, he made him all steering. All we know is they're going to send him.
Well, here he goes. He's off the line. Looks like they're going to run the second half of the battle. I am not sure what is going on. This is absolutely unprecedented. Peter Wiecek fires that car in. The wheel does wobble. There is a problem with the car, and he parks it in the wall. And Marco Zacharil will drive away with this one. Yeah, we can see it out of the window of our commentary booth. The wheel.
Peter Wiecek just tried to drive that lap with no steering and one front wheel.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
That is just ridiculous.